December 2015. San Francisco. Sam Altman stood before a whiteboard. Next to him, Elon Musk. Their eyes met. Against a backdrop of growing fears about AI's dangers, they raised a banner of purpose: to build AGI that benefits all of humanity, safely. This was the moment OpenAI was born. Supporters pledged donations totaling roughly $1 billion. As a nonprofit, they set out to change the world. But no one knew yet that this organization would find itself at the center of the greatest power struggle in history. But 3 years later, cracks began to form within the organization. According to OpenAI's account, Musk had grown deeply concerned that OpenAI was falling far behind Google and DeepMind. He reportedly proposed seizing greater control, including taking on the role of CEO himself. Altman and the others refused. 2018. Musk resigned from the board. Silence fell over the room. A co-founder was gone, but OpenAI pressed forward. After Musk's departure, OpenAI stood at a crossroads. A nonprofit structure simply couldn't generate enough capital. Developing cutting-edge AI demanded enormous computing resources. Altman made a decision. We changed the structure. 2019. OpenAI established a for-profit subsidiary with capped returns, operating under its nonprofit parent. And Microsoft moved. They announced a $1 billion investment. The partnership made Azure OpenAI's primary computing infrastructure, and the balance of power in AI began to shift dramatically. November 30th, 2022. ChatGPT was released to the world. 5 days after launch, Altman announced that the platform had reached 1 million users. It had taken Netflix 3.5 years to reach the same milestone. Instagram, roughly 2.5 months. ChatGPT, 5 days. Across market analyses, its early growth velocity was compared favorably against every consumer service that had come before. Altman stared at the screen. The world had changed. He understood that before almost anyone else. Google, Meta, Amazon, the established giants all accelerated their race to release generative AI products. With ChatGPT as the catalyst, the battle for dominance in commercial generative AI intensified. And the growth never stopped. By 2025, reports indicated that ChatGPT's weekly active users had surpassed 400 million. But then, November 2023, a bomb detonated from inside OpenAI. The board fired Altman. The official explanation: he had, quote, not been consistently candid in his communications with the board. More than 700 employees, over 95% of the company, signed a letter. Bring Altman back, or we walk. Microsoft announced it would welcome Altman and his allies into a new AI division, and everything accelerated. Investors moved. 5 days. With the world watching, OpenAI shook to its core. And then Altman returned. The board was restructured, and the organization emerged with a more stable foundation than before. Those 5 days said everything. The world was forced to reckon with a truth. The future of AI is shaped not only by individual founders, but by the dynamics of governance and capital. And so I ask you, OpenAI was born to serve humanity. Yet today, it sits at the center of a struggle over a valuation exceeding $157 billion. In 2024, Musk sued OpenAI, claiming it had abandoned its founding principles. The organization began moving toward a full conversion to a for-profit structure, and the founding members who had championed safety departed one by one. And this is no longer just OpenAI versus Google. Anthropic, Meta, xAI, each is pursuing dominance through a distinct strategy. AI companies now face not only internal tensions, but simultaneous pressure from global regulation, including the EU AI Act. Safety versus speed. Mission versus profit. How to reconcile AI safety, fundraising, and commercialization? That tension remains unresolved, even as of 2025. History has a way of repeating itself. Organizations that begin with ideals are tested the moment they gain power. The greatest threat rarely comes from the outside. It comes from within. And so, I leave you with a question. History only tells us how things ended. But the people living through it, they had no idea. If you were in Altman's position, which would you prioritize, safety or speed? Who should be responsible for designing AI, corporations, researchers, or governments? I'd love to hear what you think. Share your perspective in the comments. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Here at Blueprint of Giants, we go behind the decisions of the companies and individuals shaping our era, organizations like OpenAI. Not the polished success stories, but the strategies and lessons buried in moments of conflict and choice. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. Until next time.